All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. We're going to continue the last of 3 Saturdays where we've been looking at specific marketing strategies. We've created dedicated pages to these specific marketing strategies to make it easier for you to find your resources, videos, resource tools, training to help you in each one of these marketing strategies. 2 weeks ago, we started with nitric oxide therapy, which is the main strategy that a lot of synergy distributors use to grow their synergy organization and build their client base. We also covered weight management, showed you the dedicated pages for those two strategies. Last week, we covered natural energy, and we covered the immune health with the new product that Synergy released now maybe about not quite a month ago, called Pro Arginine Plus Immune Booster. Actually played you some of the new videos that we created out of our Synergy family platform to be able to help both explain the new product as well as answer questions regarding the new product. And today we're going to do cholesterol concerns and athletic performance. Plus, I do want to come back to immune health. I didn't have time to put together a social media campaign last week because I needed to get the videos done. But I do have a social media campaign that I'd like to show you in regards to immune health. And so those are the three things we'll cover today: cholesterol concerns, athletic performance, and then a social media campaign for immune health. And the way this works is either you or the distributors in your organization, they need to decide what is going to be their main marketing strategy. Maybe in the process, they come across another need from a client that would then work for one of these marketing strategies. What I mean by that is my main marketing strategy is nitric oxide therapy. I just had a new client that I picked up, sent him 3 boxes of the Pro Arginine Plus, but he texted me the other day because he was interested in weight loss. And then I set up a Zoom meeting with him yesterday, and I used material that's on the weight management. So let me just, before we get into cholesterol concerns and athletic performance, weight management is not my main marketing strategy, but for this client, that's what he was interested in. So what I did is the first thing I did is I sent him an email with a link to the new secret to weight loss. Then I told him, you know, we set up by text, we set up a Zoom meeting, and then I confirmed it with an email. I sent him my Zoom link, the same link that you're on today. And I also sent him, by right-clicking on the video, copying the URL, I sent him an email with the link to this video. And I asked him to make sure that he watched this video when we met, which was yesterday at 10 o'clock my time. And in my presentation with him yesterday, I let him share his information, that, you know, his journey. And his journey gave me specific keys on what I wanted to plug into. And one of the things that I had on my screen, I did this by Zoom, just like I'm doing with you today. I showed him my screen, and I showed him the Biome Core manual. And I went through the 3 products that are part of the Biome Core manual. And he's already doing a morning shake. So the Biome Shake fits naturally into what he's already doing. Talk to him about how the Biome Shake is both cost effective in both time and money. And then we talked about the other products that are part of it. He'd been on a weight management program before that was more orientated towards changing the microbiome. So there was a lot of information that I shared that resonated with him. And he went on the Biome Core kit. And what I did is, you know, by the end of the conversation, he says, that's what I want to do. I then 3-wayed him in a Synergy Worldwide, set him up as a preferred customer. He ordered the Biome Core kit, and then Synergy sending that to him. And then once he gets that kit, I plan in the first 30 days to, again, when he gets the kit, we're supposed to meet on Zoom. I'll review how to properly take the products. And then I shared with him that I would like to meet with him at least once a week to see how he's doing on the program, as well as this Biome Core manual contains a lot of information about how to change your diet and other things that you might be receptive to. And so I just want to be able to go through that with him as as each weeks go by to make sure that he's having success with the weight management program. His goal is to get 25 pounds off his frame, and I can guarantee you that if he does that, people around him are going to want to know what he's doing. Becomes an opportunity for referrals. And again, it's not my main marketing strategy, but because I've got a dedicated page for weight management, I knew exactly where to go, and then I knew exactly what of the videos or the resource materials that I wanted to use to be able to help create interest and then move him to making, hopefully, a positive buying decision that I can then work with him on follow-up and help him gain success. And one of the things that I've shared about in the past is when you're dealing with weight management, as opposed to nitric oxide therapy. Nitric oxide therapy are changes that take place internally that people can feel, but people around them can't necessarily see. Whereas in weight management, not only are you dealing with things internally, but you're also dealing with things externally, getting rid of fat off the frame. And when you do that, people around that person can see the change. And when they see the change, that it then creates interest. And so if you, again, work with your client, help them have success, then the probability of you getting referrals significantly increases. And that's why we designed these dedicated, specific marketing pages for each one of these strategies, so that if you run into a person who maybe they are talking about how they're getting tired of using these energy drinks, they like the energy, but they don't like how they feel. Well, now you have an opportunity to go into natural energy and be able to say to that person, well, how would you like to have good energy without the crash and burn? And then if the person says, yeah, I'm interested, then you can go into this page for natural energy and pull out a video and send that to that individual. Well, the same thing with cholesterol concerns. There is a huge number of people in America that are on some type of statin drug to lower their cholesterol. And a lot of people don't like being on a statin drug, and they don't like the side effects of a statin drug. And here we have a dedicated page where if you click here to enter, it will open up to this page. And again, we clearly identify at the top of the page, cholesterol concern, naturally address cholesterol concerns with our product of choice, Metabolic LDL. There's some other products in Synergy worldwide that can be helpful towards this, but this product, Metabolic LDL, is specifically designed to be able to help people with regards to cholesterol concerns. And so we have key videos on cholesterol concerns and metabolic LDL. We have key resource tools for cholesterol concerns and metabolic LDL. We have our recorded Saturday trainings that we've done on cholesterol concerns and metabolic LDL. And basically, there's just two videos. I do not personally have a video that I've done on metabolic LDL, because I believe that this video that Synergy Worldwide originally did on metabolic LDL is absolutely phenomenal, excellent video. There's no reason for me to create a different video. Now, if they only had the metabolic LDL quick facts video, then I might consider doing something in this area with regards to metabolic LDL. Not a criticism of Synergy Worldwide, just a statement of information from me, is that on these quick fact videos, they really don't tell you very much more than what's on the fact sheet, the printed fact sheet. It's nice visually, but you're not going to get any in-depth information with regards to metabolic LDL. And I understand Synergy's position. They have to be careful with what they share so that they don't get into trouble with the FTC and the FDA. This video here that they did originally, this is just a phenomenal video because it helps people to really understand the power of this product. And so this would be a video that I would send to an individual. If I was in conversation with them and they indicated to me that they were on statins, whether they indicated to me or not, if they had negative side effects, I would immediately look for an opportunity to ask them a question. And my question to them is this: do you like being on statins? That's it. Just that one simple question. And then once you ask that question, again, we've had plenty of Saturday trainings about the art of asking questions. Once you ask a question, you must discipline yourself to close your mouth and not say anything. Even if there's long silence, just let the question hang, because a person's most likely thinking of their answer, and you want them to respond to the question. And they're going to say yes or no. And then if they say yes, well, what do you like about the statins? And so maybe maybe they don't have side effects. Maybe they don't mind being on statins because it's taken their cholesterol down. And if that's the case, then I could plant a simple question in their mind. Well, if you could find a natural way to do exactly the same thing, would you be interested? And again, it's going to be a yes or a no. It's never a maybe. Or if they do give me a maybe, that's basically leaning towards yes. I would say to them, well, there's a great product that's come onto the marketplace, actually clinically proven to be extremely effective in lowering cholesterol. In fact, there's a great video that shares information about this product. Would you be interested in having me send you a link to the video? And again, it's going to be a yes or no. If it's a yes, you move forward. If it's a no, then that's okay. All right, then that's great. If you ever change your mind, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to send you that link. And what you do then is on your follow-up, you send that person an email, and what you do, right-click, copy URL, put it into email, dear Georgina, glad to have met you today. Understand that you might be interested in looking at a natural way to address your cholesterol rather than using drugs like, rather than using something like a statin drug. Here's the link to the video that I was telling you about. This product has been clinically proven to address cholesterol. I think once you watch it, it'll be an eye-opener for you. And if you have interest in it, let's get together and talk further. And you would paste in the link to that video. That's the video that I would send to that individual. And then there's other key resource tools and concerns that, or key resource tools that you could use for this marketing strategy called Cholesterol Concerns. Synergy has a great PDF on the clinical study done on metabolic LDL. So if a person says to you, well, you said it was clinically proven, can you send me information about that? Well, I could send that person two links. I could send them the link to this PDF. Again, how do you do it? You right-click on the image, you copy the link address, and then you send that to the individual. And when they click on that link address, it would open up into this PDF that Synergy Worldwide created, which again goes through the metabolic LDL and all the aspects of it, and gives a lot of great information about the clinical study that was done on this product. Another one that is again here on your resource page is the exact study on metabolic LDL that was published in a scientific journal in Canada, Canadian Journal of Physiology and Pharmacology. This is the study on metabolic LDL. Now, it's not called metabolic LDL in the study, but the product, or I can't remember the name of what they called it for the test, but that is what became metabolic LDL. So there's a lot of great things. Here's a tool that we created, the Natural Alternative Statin Drugs, which gives you a list of questions to be able to compare statin drugs to metabolic LDL, so that people can understand how metabolic LDL could be able to do the same thing that their statin drugs are doing, maybe even more effectively, yet without the side effects that a lot of people get with statin drugs. And then down here we have Saturday trainings that we've done over the last year and a half with regards to marketing metabolic LDL. So we've got one, marketing metabolic LDL, we've got understanding the power of metabolic LDL, and we had one previous to that. So for you, if this is going to be your marketing strategy, or if you have someone in your Synergy organization that decides that they want to make this their marketing strategy because they have been on statins and they chose to go to metabolic LDL and they had great success and now they want to share it with other people. Again, here are Saturday trainings that they could watch to be able to help them understand the product better, be able to help them understand the marketing process better. Now, the next marketing, again, if we go to our Synergy family, we want to look at athletic performance. So when you hit the click here to enter, you're going to come to this page for athletic performance. Now, I know that Synergy Worldwide has a product called ProArginine Plus Active that they created for working out. This is just my biased choice, so I'm going to be right up front. I firmly believe that ProArginine Plus is the best product possible for an athlete to use to increase nitric oxide levels. I understand what ProArginine Plus Active does with quercetin and some other things in it to help limit and clear lactic acid, but the key to clearing lactic acid is not to even produce it to begin with. And the way that you do that is by using nitric oxide therapy to increase blood flow so that you deliver more oxygen to the working muscles, which allows them to work at a higher aerobic capacity, which means that if they're working aerobically, then they're producing as waste products carbon dioxide and water, as opposed to if they're working without oxygen, creating pyruvic acid that ends up getting changed to lactic acid, which becomes the limiting factor. Now, I gave you a bunch of information there. Maybe that's confusing. Well, here's the video that helps you to understand how nitric oxide therapy addresses athletic performance. So if you're talking to a person, or if you're a person who goes to the gym and you're using ProArginine Plus and you've seen an increase in your workouts. So for example, the person I talked to yesterday, they work out, that individual, he works out. I let him know that after 2 weeks on being on ProArginine Plus, step up your routine. He does both weight training and cardio. I said, step up your routine, push yourself to a higher intensity. And what you're going to find is your body will respond to it. You'll have less lactic acid buildup. You'll then be able to, in the same amount of time, do more work and recover faster and get better muscle development, which then increases your metabolism, which will then help you burn more calories in your weight management program. He understands the concepts of what we're talking about. Again, if you have an athlete that you're talking to, you can easily ask a person, how would you like to get a better training? Or you can ask a person, you know, I see you work out a lot. Do you get that burning sensation in your muscle? Yeah, you know, I push myself. How would you like to be able to push yourself at a higher level with less burning, less lactic acid? How am I going to do that? Well, there's a great video on how nitric oxide therapy addresses athletic performance, how I can help you improve your workouts, how I can help you improve performance, and how I can help you recover faster, all by using what's called nitric oxide to increase blood flow to deliver more oxygen. Would you be interested in finding out how? And again, depending upon how a person answers, if it's anything that has to do with yes, you know, I've got a great video that will walk you through this whole process. May I send it to you? You're asking permission. They say yes, it's the same process. John, great talking with you at the gym today. Thanks for sharing your email address. I really think if you watch this video, it's going to blow you away in how you can step up your workouts. Do it naturally, do it with what's called nitric oxide, and this video will help you understand how nitric oxide can increase your training, performance, and improve your recovery. And then, like anything, you right-click, copy video URL, and you paste that into your email, send it to the individual. That is the key. That's the key video. Now, let's say that, again, on here, there are some other videos that Synergy Worldwide has done. They've got the quick facts video on ProArginine. There's a video that they did on the ProArginine Plus Active. This is the older video. They haven't updated anything with regards to ProArginine Plus Active, but this still has some good information in it. This is the older videos that they used to do that actually had what I call valuable information in the video itself, where instead of it just being music with graphics, people actually talk and tell. And I think that adds a real component to what happens. But again, that's just my bias preference. And then they have some good videos that they've got up there with the IM cycling team out over in Europe. Here are some great PDFs. Let's say that you're dealing with an athlete that is competing competitively. So there's always the potential of getting a drug test. Well, they need to make sure that anything that they take is not going to cause problems for them if they ever got a drug test, because if they test positive, they can most likely be banned for a year to 2 years from the sport that they're in. They don't want that to happen. So they're really selective in the products that they take. And if you can't prove to them that your product will be able to pass the test, then they most likely, even though they might want to use your product, they'll most likely not use your product because they don't want to take the chance. Because there's other supplement companies out there that have said that their products are clean, but because their manufacturing processes allow for contamination, athletes have gotten caught with ingredients that are not approved for athletic performance because of cross-contamination. And the nice thing about this PDF here is the cologne list approval. This is over in Europe. It's big in Europe. It's what athletes look at to be able to look at supplements that they might want to use to make sure that it's on the cologne list, to allow to, where there's a third party that has actually examined the product and certifies that that product does not contain anything that would cause a problem in drug testing. Or this video, or this PDF here, well, why should I use your product? There's other L-arginine supplements that are out there. Yeah, you're right, there are. Let me show you, or let me send you a PDF so that you can see how much better ProArginine Plus works in creating nitric oxide. And you can send this comparative chart. I like this chart. I've used it a lot with my clients to reinforce that they've made a good decision. There's only one other product in the marketplace that comes even close to ProArginine Plus. And then there's a second product that is within range, but all the other ones are half to a third to a quarter of their ability to create nitric oxide compared to ProArginine Plus. We are still the best product in the marketplace for the creation of nitric oxide. And again, all that does is create validation in the mind of a person who's using ProArginine Plus for athletic performance, or helps a person to make that decision to say, okay, I'm going to give this product a try, especially since it comes with a 120-day money-back guarantee. And then if they're going to use it, there's the instruction sheets in both English and Spanish. There's the fact sheets in both English, or I should say the fact sheet for ProArginine Plus Active, as well as the fact sheet for ProArginine Plus. And then there's some other key resource tools that are there. And then here are some of the recorded Saturday trainings that we've done with regards to athletic performance. Synergy products for athletic performance, marketing nitric oxide therapy in 2020. Again, the power of nitric oxide therapy, what is and how to market Elite Health. And then if you want more of the science on ProArginine Plus, we did a seminar a couple years ago on it. It's still a good because the ingredients haven't changed in Proargin Plus, even though the labeling has changed, it still is a good way to educate yourself on the ingredients. And then I do have testimonials that if you click here and go to the testimonial page, there are some very good testimonials with regards to athletes that have used this product. The one that I really like to send to people, especially if they're in their 40s, 50s, and older, is this Pat Wheely video on athletic performance. This is just a very good video that was done. Pat shares his testimonial of how he felt on the product, and then everyone was telling him that it was all in his head. So he decided to do a test where he went off the product for 2 weeks, and all the ailments that he had prior to getting on the product came back. And so he went back on the product, and those things went away, and he could go back to, he's a pitching coach, so he could go back to throwing, 400, 500, 600 pitches on a daily basis without having the arm soreness that he was experiencing. Again, it's just a great video. So there's several videos here with regards to athletic performance that you can use, that if a person wants to know, well, are there anyone else using this? Well, yeah, since you're in your 50s, let me send you Pat Wheely's testimonial about how Proargin Plus helped him from an athletic performance standpoint. And then you can make your own decision whether this is something that you want to use or not. So those are the resources that we've created to, again, help you if athletic performance is the route that you want to go down to build your synergy business, or if cholesterol concerns is the route that you want to go down to build your synergy business. And then the last thing that I want to do before I open this up to questions is I created a PDF that you will find. I finished it up this morning, so I still need to put it up on the resource page for Immune Health. But this is a social media campaign that I put together that you could use to create interest in immune health. And again, I'm not going to go back and redo a social media campaign. In fact, if you go onto this PDF, you can click on this link here, and it takes you to the Saturday training that we did on social media campaigns. And again, the overall strategy is two. One, find good groups on Facebook that you can go on and look to comment on to begin to create people being aware of your name, and that you post positive, useful information so that people will begin to think about clicking on your name to go to your Facebook page. And then when they go to your Facebook, in fact, I found 3 good sites that you can go to that have some pretty good posts and some good engagement. And it's not just, these engagements here are just not about immune health. It's about health and wellness. So you'll find that you'll be able to, talk about other areas that fit into our marketing strategies that could create interest of people going to your page. And then when they go on your page, they're going to be looking to see what kinds of things that you're posting on your page to see whether they want to follow you or not, to like you. And again, I'm not going to go through the strategy. I'm not going to go through this material. It's part of the PDF because, again, people might be seeing this PDF for the first time, so we want to be able to give them some good do's and don'ts and how to do this. But here is the marketing, the social media strategy for immune health. Starts with day 1. Again, it's 5 days a week. You're posting twice a day. So there's 10 posts that you're creating for the week. Here's post number 1 for day 1. Hi, everyone. I want to share some information this week from the Million Lives Project. Their goal is to help 1 million people or more understand how to use natural methods to address a variety of health issues. This week, I'm going to post information on how to boost your immune system. In fact, I'm going to highlight 3 key vitamins. They are vitamins D, C, and B. Of these 3, 2 of them were recently highlighted by Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Which ones does Dr. Fauci take? I'll reveal this in my next post. So that's my first post. You can see that the first part of it is basically all the same, except I changed what I'm going to talk about this week. And then I want to find some keys to get people engaged. And just recently, like within the last 2 weeks, big interview with Dr. Fauci. And in that interview, and it's all recorded, he shared the 2 vitamins that he takes to be able to help his immune system. So I do a question, what does Dr. Fauci take? I'll reveal this in my next post. I want to create anticipation. I want to create interest so that people will want to find out what's going on. So here's a picture of Dr. Fauci I took off of the video. Does Dr. Fauci believe in vitamins to boost the immune system? I start out with a question. Yes, he does. He believes 2 are important. In an interview with actress Jennifer Gardner, Dr. Fauci made the following statements, quote, "If you're deficient in vitamin D, that does have an impact on your susceptibility to infection," end of quote, said Dr. Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Quote, "I would not mind recommending, and I do it myself, taking vitamin D supplements," end of quote. So vitamin D is one, and the other one is this. The other vitamin that people take is vitamin C because it's a good antioxidant. So if people want to take a gram or so of vitamin C, that would be fine, end of quote, he said. Here's the link to Dr. Fauci's interview with Dr. Gardner. Tomorrow I'm going, and so that's the link. You know, you click on it, it'll take you exactly to health.com, and they have on that landing page for their post, they have the full interview that Jennifer Gardner had with Dr. Fauci, not just in this area, but the full interview. Tomorrow, I'm going to share some eye-opening information on vitamin D and the COVID-19 virus. Again, I want to set up for the next day to create interest, to have people wanting to look at my posts. Day 2, post 1. Yesterday, I highlighted a statement from Dr. Fauci that if you are vitamin D deficient, then your immune system is impacted. So the question is, are you vitamin D deficient? End of question. If you do not know what your vitamin D level is, then it is imperative that you get a blood test to find out. Why? Well, a study out of Indonesia examined 780 COVID-19 cases. Those with normal vitamin D levels had a death rate of 4%. Those who were vitamin D deficient had a death rate of 99%. That's like night and day. The following video will help you understand this issue. This is the video that I did on vitamin D deficiency, which is this image that I'm using here. Again, I'm using images, and if I'm using a URL from YouTube, I don't necessarily have to put an image in, but images always are best to have in your posts because images create interest, causes the eye to spend time looking at the image, and then clearly vitamin D deficiency, a person might stop and begin to read your post. This is a must-see video, and after you watch it, make sure you share it with as many people as possible. Again, I'm trying to create the interest of sharing this with other people so that I can leverage the individuals that do watch the video, to leverage them to share that video with other people. Post number 2. Again, this is a screenshot of a study that was just recently released, September 3rd, 2020. That's this month, a little over 2 weeks ago. Association of vitamin D status and other clinical characteristics with COVID-19 test results. As I shared earlier today, your vitamin D levels play an important role in your recovery from COVID-19. But what about catching COVID-19? Does your vitamin D levels help lower your risk? Well, there is a September 2020 study published in JAMA. JAMA's big, well-respected medical journal that seems to indicate that there is. According to the study, those who had a vitamin D deficiency increased their risk for catching COVID-19 by 77%, when compared to those who had normal levels of vitamin D. And age only made a slight difference of about 6%. According to David O. Meltzer, a professor of medicine at the University of Chicago, quote, vitamin D deficiency was associated with an increased likelihood of testing positive for COVID-19, end of quote. Now, I'm not saying that normal levels of vitamin D will completely protect you from COVID-19, but as you have seen from today's posts, normal levels can play a significant role in reducing your risk and improving your outcome. We'll talk more about the other vitamin Dr. Fauci recommended, or tomorrow we'll talk about the other vitamin Dr. Fauci recommended. So here's day 3, post 1. Yesterday we learned about how important vitamin D is to your immune system. It is one of the vitamins Dr. Fauci recommends. What is the other vitamin that he recommends? It is vitamin C. Dr. Fauci recommended it because of its antioxidant properties, how it can protect us from free radical damage that ages us and causes inflammation. Maybe next week we'll talk about this. So what am I doing? I've just introduced a potential topic that I can do next week to, again, create interest in products that can, that are good antioxidant products, and why are they important? What is this free radical damage? So again, all I'm doing is I'm beginning to set up a thread, a theme that I can use next week. But vitamin C also boosts your immune system. There is a very good article on this. I'll share the summary and link in my next post. Why did I not do it in this one? Because I want to make them want to come back to my next post. That's the reason why. Post 2. As I shared earlier today, vitamin C can help boost your immune system. In fact, a recently published study showed how vitamin C helped to reduce ventilator time by 14%, and for those who were critically compromised by 25%. I mean, if people are aware of anything that's going on with COVID-19, ventilators have been in the news since the start. Whether it's, we don't have enough ventilators we've got more ventilators than what we need, and we're now sending them across the world to other places that need ventilators. People understand ventilators with regards to COVID-19. Vitamin C helped reduce ventilator time 14%, and for those that were critically compromised, 25%. Plus, vitamin C directly impacts several key components of your immune system, both on the innate and adaptive sides of the immune system. What am I doing here? I'm beginning to plant a seed for people wanting to know what is this innate and adaptive sides of the immune system. Here is a link to the article titled The Importance of Vitamin C that goes into more detail. This article also gives a recommendation on how much vitamin C to take each day, and according to Dr. Fauci, that could be as much as a gram or more each day. Day 4, post 1, 3 key vitamins for the immune system. I have a dilemma. Do I share with you the third key vitamin to boost your immune system, ? Or should I answer the boatload of questions I got regarding what is the innate and adaptive parts of the immune system? Question. I think I should share with you the third key vitamin, and then in my next post help you get an overview of your immune system. So here it is. The third key vitamin is vitamin B, more specifically vitamins B6 and B12. Here is a link to a great article that summarizes all 3 key vitamins, D, C, and B. And come back later today as I help you understand, and then this link goes to the article. And come back later today as I help you understand the 2 sides to your immune system. So here's post 2, day 4. There are 2 sides to your immune system. One is called the innate immune system, designed to protect you from infections, as well as aid in wound healing and fighting common pathogens. The other is the adaptive immune system, designed to help your immune system adapt to new viruses and pathogens that you have never experienced before. This would be the side of your immune system that would come into play if you became infected with COVID-19, with the COVID-19 virus. Within each of these two systems are different immune cells that have specific functions in helping your body fight and overcome viruses and pathogens. I found an excellent article that helps you understand how this works. Here's the link. It's important to note, and then again, that link takes them to the article. It's important to note that vitamins D, C, and B help both sides of your immune system function better. Tomorrow, I'll introduce you to a product that I recently came across that is designed to harness these three vitamins plus other ingredients to have a positive impact on your immune system. So I've been using days 1 through 4 to provide information specifically on three vitamins, which are the three vitamins that are in Immune Booster, but more importantly, scientifically shown to be important to the immune system, so I can begin to introduce a product that can help people with their immune system. So here's day 5, post 1. Image of the new ProAction Plus Immune Booster. Today I'm going to share with you a new product that is designed to proactively strengthen your immune system. It is ProAction Plus Immune Booster. Each daily serving contains a clinically proven blend of beta-glucans along with vitamins, minerals, polyphenols, and fruit that will support and defend your immune system. Again, that first paragraph is basically taken almost word for word from the fact sheet that Synergy Worldwide has. I do not want to create any problems. Here is a link to a video about this product and how each ingredient benefits and helps to strengthen your immune system. This is the link to the video that we did from our Synergy family that I showed you the first part of it last week, that again helps people understand the benefits of Immune Booster, and then specifically goes through every ingredient in Immune Booster with documented scientific information to show how each one of those ingredients positively affects the immune system. If you're interested in this new product, or if you have any questions about this product, then DM me. And then here's my last post for the week. Wow, I had a lot of questions about this new product designed to boost your the immune system. Most of the answers to your questions are in this video titled Q&A about ProAction Plus Immune Booster. Here's the link. And then this is the link of the video that I showed you last week. If you have any additional questions or are interested in how you can get this new product, then DM me. And I hope what I shared with you this week will help you take steps to strengthen your immune system. So that's my social media campaign that I would run if I was going to go and promote immune health, or introduce people. This is a nice thing. You could be on social media week by week, taking an area that fits into one of these different marketing strategies that we have. You've got 6 marketing strategies, and within each of those marketing strategies, there's other areas that you could go into. You could create for yourself, a 6-month campaign just off of this, where nitric oxide therapy. We've got a social media strategy for that. Weight management social media strategy. Just gave you one for immune health. You can adapt it to natural energy, cholesterol concerns, athletic performance. I mean, you could create interest, create variety, help create the potential for areas that people might not resonate with because you're doing something on natural energy, but when you talk about weight management, might resonate with them. And then they DM you and contact you and want more information. And it just helps you, again, if you know what resource tools, you just go to the page, you find the resource tool that you believe will best resonate with your potential client or customer. So with that said, I've given you a lot of information again today. Do I have any questions or comments or suggestions that people might have? Everyone's muted, so you'll have to go in and unmute yourself. and then we'll take questions. I hear the chimes.
Still fast.
You're really fast.
I know, and I just slowed it down.
That's quarter two. That's quarter two, not the top of the hour.
Right. It's quarter two. But I do have a comment since you heard the chimes. You had done that other webinar on for social media posts, and I did that last week. And just real quickly to comment, I did it on my business page. I forwarded it to my personal page, and I also did it on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And on LinkedIn, you can actually see how many people look at your post. And you can't see that on Facebook. You can only see the comments. So I had most success on LinkedIn, very few comments on Facebook on either my business page or my personal page. But I even someone from Synergy in London commented about my post on nitric oxide and how it works so well for cognition, which I thought was great. So I'm looking forward to using this post on the daily post on the immune system. Now, I only posted once a day. I picked and chose the posts that I wanted because after never being active, I thought twice a day was a little bit too much.
Sure.
And so with this post, what I'm going to do, I think, is continue to post once a day and do it over 10 days. So, and I did it over Hootsuite. So I did it on Sunday night, and I did all my posts for the week on Sunday night and had them automatically come out at the same time every day. So just thought I would share that with everyone.
Great, I appreciate that, Judy. So what we're talking about doing on Facebook can apply to LinkedIn, social media campaign, and you're using a tool called Hootsuite so that you can maximize your time on a Sunday, get all your posts set up that you want to do, and then it's all automated. Am I hearing you correctly?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then I, throughout the day, I actually, with LinkedIn, I get notifications anytime anybody comments on my post. So then I go in and respond to those notifications, and I comment on everything, no matter what they say. I comment on and ask questions, or just say how much I agree with their statement.
Great, thank you for sharing that. So you do see engagement?
Yes, absolutely, on LinkedIn. Not so much on Facebook, but I'm not really active on Facebook, so right. I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I am very active on LinkedIn.
Jody Townsend shared you can also use Cinch Share to post ahead of time. Not familiar with that one, but yes, great. Thank you, Jody, and thank you, Donald and Bob, for your positive comments on today's presentation. Anyone else have anything else that they want to share or ask before we say goodbye? All right, I'll take it by the silence that we're done for this day. We are blessed to have Judy and Bob next Saturday, taking us down some more pathways of leadership development by using Simon Sinek's why. What is your why? And I'm looking forward to it next Sunday or next Saturday. Same time, same place. Bob and Judy, appreciate all that you do to help us improve our leadership development skills. So till next Saturday, have a blessed weekend, everyone.